The Plan Path.
Hi, guys, and welcome to Plant Path Podcast, your choice hub for book reviews and crucial conversations in education. There's no book review today at all because they can't even be book review. Are you in this Lagos, this Abuja, this Nigeria with me? Because the fuel scarcity is just a lot. And in fact, I've spoken to a lot of people, like literally all my friends, and one of the things everybody keeps saying is that I am tired. I'm tired. Like, I really feel everybody's pain at the moment. And why won't people be tired? In fact, one of the things that prompted me to do this episode is that Daddy Bubu, our president, he wrote something that he said that if he had not intervened, people would have been trekking from Lagos to Ibadan. How, sir? I'm not understanding. So today we are talking about burnout. We're talking about burnout in children, in parents, in educators. You understand? Like this thing, I mean, the old January fresh rest we had and everything has literally faded away, and everybody is tired. Like people are so tired and just hanging in there. So let's talk about burnout today. Number one, burnout to educators. I feel people's pains though, because on LinkedIn, literally everywhere, you see educators counting down. Week one done. 2 days in week two, day two of week two done. 10 more weeks to go. 11 more weeks to go. And in my mind, I'm like, hey, auntie, uncle, yeah, beg you to take the job. How come you're the one that's always counting down, always counting down, always counting down? I mean, if you're always counting down, you literally cannot wait for the term to be over. What is the quality of education you are giving to your kids? What's the quality of work that you are doing every time you are counting that, as if you don't like the job, right? As if you don't like the kids? I don't know, really. Like, this burnout thing is just a really big issue, and I just felt, because me, I've also experienced burnout at different times in my life, different points in time. Burnout from work, from relationships, from finances, like just tiredness, and you just literally want to snap. You grab how it feels now. So let me share a few tips for you with you today, and this is that episode that I want to hear your comments left, right, and center. So share with your friends and everything. Let's share it. One first thing that I like to say about burnout with everybody, first of all, pace yourself. Like, there's no point. I was still talking to one of my friends, Rose, recently, and she said something. She was like, Tosin, that she did this, she went to this market, did that, and she was tired to her tooth. Like, she couldn't do anything literally for the next 1 week, and we laughed about it. Like, we just spoke about it, laughed about it, and let it go. And after, I was just thinking about it, that to sometimes you also do that too. Like, you have probably a lot to do at the same time, and you just try to pack everything together. Like, I used to do that when I was very younger, but right now, how miss me with that, I'm not interested at all. So pace yourself. So at days that maybe you are done with everything you need to do, you don't feel tired. I use that as just time to rest, or maybe just chill and read a book or something. Pace yourself. Like, you know what you're supposed to do. For example, with parents, you're supposed to cook. Maybe you cook for your kids, like they have breakfast. You can get a timetable and you pace yourself. You know that, oh, on okay, so one of this pacing yourself thing is with cooking. If you cook, I try not to do everything at the same time. So the day I make okra is different from the day I make my stew. The day I marinate my chicken, or maybe boil it, fry it, or anything I want to do with the chicken, is different from the day I make the stew. So I probably do it piecemeal. My sister also does that too. I've learned that from my sister and a couple of other women. The day they want to cook food is not the day they do everything, so it doesn't become stressful. So sometimes on Monday they come back and make the wedu, or make the or buy all the fruits for the salad. She does that a lot. Then the following day she slices everything. Then maybe it's on Wednesday she now mixes it and then serves it to her kids and everything. So the stress is not so much on her. That's one thing we can do, pace our work. As educators, one thing I did when I was in like conventional classroom setting, like, is that I know that at the end of the term, I'm going to be writing end of term reports on my kids, as a class teacher, subject teacher, and hostel master, things like that, counselor, and stuff like that in school. So what I do is I have an Excel sheet that has all these kids I'm like I'm like working with that term or for that session. So like page by page, you understand, like on an Excel sheet, sheet by sheet, I have like different classes and their names are on it. So any child does anything, I just go to my Excel sheet and input that child. The child's name is already there. I just write the date. Oh, let me say Chioma did this, you understand, I'll write it down. Or let me say Brian did this, I'll write it down. Oh, Xavier did this, you understand, I'll write all of those observations. So by the time I'm writing my class teacher's comment or whatever kind of comments I'm writing, I'm not trying to scratch my head to look for comments. And trust me, the schools I have worked in maybe just a few of them are not so particular about results, about comments. The schools have also, like, you write comments like you are doing Cambridge exam, like you are doing SAT. So it's not something you just write good, poor, or very good or something. You really have to write something comprehensive about the kids, about the children. So you grab. So that's one of the things that parents can do, teachers can do. Even kids too. We need to learn how to tell our kids to pace their work. Like, don't wait till exam. One of the weirdest things about me is that once it's exam, I don't read. Like, I literally never read during exam period. And my friends always say, don't follow Tosin or you will fail. Because the truth of the matter is, usually before I go take a course, I would have gone online to read literally every free resource I can get on it, like I can find on the course. And immediately the course starts and I have access to the materials. If I had not had access to it before, I would have started reading. I would have familiarized myself with the program, with course and everything. Class is just like a revision. So by the time exam is coming, there's literally no new information I'm hearing. I've literally known everything. I'm just probably revising and chilling, maybe sitting around people asking questions and everything. I'm not under pressure to read during exam. That's one of the things kids can also learn. It's it's a habit to cultivate. It has helped me even beyond my like academic classroom. You understand, like courses, anything I've been doing, just pace yourself. Don't jam pack it. Read every evening. Like if you're a professional, you go to work and you're doing a professional course or something, you don't have to be wait to the day of your exams or something. Come back from work, that time you're using on social media to always scroll around and everything. Dedicate 30 minutes every night and read something about your course. Trust me, at the end of the time, people will now take 1 week or what they call it, 1 week off work before the exam, and still yeah, people are not able to what they call it, to pass the exams. I beg, please, the money you're using to write the exam is important, and a lot of factors sef. You need to get things done with quickly, as quickly as you can. Please try to pace yourself. He works a lot. Like, if you have listened to our episode on compound learning, please go. If you have not listened to it, please go and listen to it. It will help you with this like particular thing we're talking about. Another thing I would like to say, I don't even, this episode is actually unscripted. I did not write anything down. I'm just ranting to you people. The next thing I would also like to say, you understand, with parents, I understand that educators like do not get like break, maybe 1 month leave or anything, except maybe you have a baby or something. You had a baby, so one of things parents can do, and I learned this from this my friend, like shout out, like amazing folk, is that, see, you do not have to wait till maybe October or maybe July to get your leave. You now get the leave at once or rest, and you now come back and go back to work. Nah. One of the things this my friend does is that my friend like takes leave in like piecemeal. So January we had break and everything. By February, my friend is taking 1 month, 1 week of work, like February, March, you grab. And then by that February, March, you get 1 week and at least you get to breathe. By this February, like that the work is reaching up there. And people are tired. You grab, so my friend just gets like that 1 week, just chills and bam bams and everything, and goes back to work. Like March, April, there's usually Easter break, so you have some time to relax and everything. So that my friend actually gets that kind of thing. Then May, April, when the work is already reaching, getting up here, you get another 1 week. That way parents can, pace themselves, maybe even get their break around their children's midterm break or something. Just do something to, pace yourself, so that that burnout doesn't like get to you, because people usually burn out when like everything just like literally jam packs together. We should avoid that. Like, it could be very hard But then it is quite possible, and if we plan ourselves systematically, we can achieve better results. Burnout is not something to be celebrated at all, at all. Next thing I'd also like to say right now is that please, parents, make reasonable decisions about your kids. Like, a school is like an eternity away from your home. Is either the home is moving close to the school, or that it's either this home is moving close to the school, or that you are probably getting a better another school for your child. It makes no sense for a child to be waking up by 5 a.m. to go to school. Like, I see a lot of kids. Okay, first of all, I hear that I see kids as early as 6 though. I don't go out by 5 a.m. Nah, I don't. Like, at least for now, I don't have to go out that early and everything. So kids, it's kids are not even adults. We are not made. If you wake up early, maybe exercise, meditate, read or something, you're not supposed to be dressed up, fully dressed up, and be going to school by that time. You see kids coming back late sometimes. Maybe you went out and you're coming back around 7 p.m. or something. Sometimes school, you still see kids in school uniform by 6 p.m. Why? When do they get to rest? When do they get to play? I beg. Please, this life is not that deep. Oh, please, 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 please. Let these kids have time to rest. Like, make sure they are going to a school close to your home. Or if you are so concerned that, oh, maybe your office is far from home and there won't be anybody, you probably need to start making arrangements, maybe staying with their grandparents. You need to adjust your schedule. Like, that is so unhealthy for the kids. You see kids that they'll come and they don't do assignments. Like, I consult for a lot of schools, I do stuff with schools, and I'm around teachers a lot, educators a lot, and you hear that these kids don't do their assignments. Where would they do it? Even me, if I was the one self, I will pack the assignment one side, because I'll be tired when I get home. Now, burnout is a really big thing that we should really be talking about in the education sector. Another thing is that schools need to realize that the school's curriculum should allow for break, and teachers too should please allow it. There are days that, see, especially if you teach primary school, you see that early in the morning, you say that the brain was not built to wake up that early. You understand? By 7 o'clock, kids are in school, and maybe you had assembly and everything. 8 o'clock, the kids are asleep. Or maybe you had a very fun assembly, people did praise and worship, but not those assemblies that are really nice to the kids stood for long. The kids are tired. Majority was on. That was a Yoruba expression that actually means that they are tired and like they are not coordinated again. So you just expect to start teaching those kids math. Sometimes at that point in time, start with their PhD or start with another subject. Like, you have to be like real flexible as an educator. Oh, sometimes you are teaching chemistry and you get to class and you just really notice it's not like they are sleeping, but just noticing that they are tired, they are not really interested in the class. Turn it to a quiz that you want to teach them. You say that maybe you people have your school curriculum, you are supposed to have read before the class. Okay, so we'll do a quiz. Quickly do a quiz from your previous topic, from the new topic you are teaching and everything. It will make the class more interesting, lively. You can even do your quiz in such a way that they have 5 seconds to look at their textbook and then coordinate to answer. And like you tell them everybody in the group must answer. Stuff like that. Like, just do something. You have to get very creative with it, because once the kids are playing and they're not learning anything you say at talk bang bang. Yeah, you are just on your own as a teacher. Okay, so that is about burnout. Then I would also say this to educators. I'm enjoying this unscripted episode actually. I'll say this to educators, even teachers, parents and everything. Try to have, because school is a social setting too. There's the sociology of school, you understand? So it's very likely that you build your life so much around school and you forget to have friends outside school. Everything, there's a child party, there's a sport, there's this thing happening in school, and like so much activities that you don't get in like conventional corporate sector. And you sometimes you just forget to make friends outside work, and before you know it, 5 years down the line, 30 years down the line, 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line, you are just like stuck in school. Literally, you don't have friends. Try to do things outside school. Like, if you are joining community groups, you don't have to join educators community group all the time. Like, it's not a crime. It doesn't mean that you are not serious about your work or you are not growing in your career or anything. Sometimes you should join a community group of mutual interest aside your work, like cooking, new moms, single moms, what they call it, single ladies, or it doesn't even have to be relationship based. I know that there is what they call it. There's a club in Ikoyi where you can learn pottery. You can go to Waka NG, like you can go to such places. Just check Waka NG on Instagram. You fit fly places like that, that they organize stores and everything, where you just even meet people randomly. Self just get to meet people, get to talk to people. Sometimes we undermine how refreshing that can be to us as adults and even to kids. So this is one of the things we should also consider too, as we go about our life, because this is just February, and in fact this year feels like how many months? This year feels like we're in the 10th month already. So maybe I'm eager to have my birthday. Okay, so I think these few tips that I've shared with you, especially around the education sector, would help us to deal with burnout better, would help us even as we relate, you understand, and you grab. So these few tips I thought to give you about burnout. If you have anything, please drop in the comment section, drop on any of our social media platforms, our Plan Pack Consult, you understand, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, and everywhere you will just see Plan Pack Consults, you understand. So please make sure you are sharing this episode with somebody, because somebody needs to hear these things. I mean, these tips, one of the things I've learned is never to undermine what we are saying on this show, because sometimes they look very basic and somebody just needed to hear them, you understand, and they are founded on principles. We may not come online and be telling you about this that principle and everything, but trust me, everything we say here, they are founded on research principles and people's experiences too, you grab. So please make sure you're sharing this with somebody. Make sure you are liking, commenting, you understand. If there's anything you would like us to speak about in the education sector, a book you like us to review, or a conversation you like us to have together, please send us a mail at planpartc@gmail.com, or just reach out to us on everywhere. We will respond to you. Thank you so much for listening to this episode, staying with me. Have a very nice day. Please take care of yourself. Take things jeje. Take things slowly. Take things easy, please. It's only the living that goes to work and does podcast. It is only the living that does business. It is only the living, you understand, that is able to take care of your kids. Please take good care of yourself and have an amazing time this weekend and always. Bye. Yes, so sorry, I also wanted to say something. The episode is unscripted now. Okay, what I wanted to say is that prioritize. I read something on Instagram last night. I just remembered it. I read something on Instagram last night, and the person was saying that she's a mother of a toddler. She has an online business. She has a 9 to 5. She's doing a research, and she's tired. She's burned out. In my mind, I was like, eh. You will be burned out before, like you will really burn. God forgive me. So let's learn how to prioritize part time. You understand? Prioritize part time. We don't have to do too much. You grab. Prioritize the part time, and you understand, and progressively work towards our goal. Let's stop trying to achieve 5 year goals in 3 days. Burnout is sure if you try to do that, you grab. So pace yourself and just, you understand, review all the other points that we've spoken about. My name is Oluwatosin Mugwadade, and it was nice to be on the show with you today. Have a nice day. Bye.